The defense of the throne continues for John Hackworth and Lou City FC as tonight's pregame is brought to you by Four Roses Bourbon and the Purples, hosting an upset-minded Bethlehem Steel FC as they take down the number 3 seed in the previous round, the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, in incredible fashion in penalties. Lou City, of course, as most fans know by now, took care of Indy 11 and then some. Tyler Terrens along with Matt Stubbington, thank you for joining us here as we roll through these conference semifinals. And Matt, we already had one major upset today, but really when you look at New York Red Bulls 2, the streak that FC Cincinnati was on, New York Red Bulls 2, history of success in the postseason, it wasn't all that surprising. Well,
streaks are made to be broken, and Red Bulls 2 went about it in emphatic fashion today. It was a wonderful goal to win the game for Red Bulls 2. Cincinnati fans will be really disappointed to end what has been a great season in the fashion that they did.
And if Louisville, of course, are able to prevail today, it would mean a third straight rematch between Lou City and New York Red Bulls 2 in the conference final. But Lou City able to get here, just an overall convincing performance from start to finish from the Purples. And John Hackworth was really pleased with the performance.
He was really pleased. Niall McCabe really stepped up and was made available on set pieces, finishing a couple of them in last week's action. And of course, that man there, Lancaster, just puts the cherry on top of the cake with that emphatic free kick. One of 3 marvelous ones taken last weekend.
And one of the few goals that Lou City has actually surrendered in their history in the USL Cup playoffs. Then for Bethlehem Steel FC, their journey to get to the conference semifinals was anything but smooth as they had to find 2 different equalizers, one in regular time and then one in extra time. And it was James Chambers with this free kick that'll be played for years to come for Bethlehem Steel fans. And then it would end up being Raymond Lee missing the frame and Bethlehem going into Highmark and prevailing as victors.
It's a tough place to play, a tough team to play against, and that was one of the 3 special free kicks taken last weekend in the USL. A brilliant moment of celebration for Bethlehem Steel.
Well, now for Brendan Burke and the Bethlehem Steel, it's a rematch from the quarterfinals of 2017, but the stakes just a little bit higher. A spot in the Eastern Conference final on the line. It's Lou City and Bethlehem Steel when we come back.
Make it full of adventure. Make it versatile. Make it stylish. Make it safe. Make it RAV4. The 2018 Toyota RAV4 is built for the weekend escape. That's why it's the best-selling small SUV in America. And now during the RAV4 clearance event, there's never been a better time to get a great deal on a new RAV4. Get $22.50 cash back or lease one for just $209 a month. Now during the RAV4 clearance event, make it RAV4 today. Toyota, let's go places.
We demand a lot from our trucks. We work, play, and practically live in them. Now, it's Toyota Truck Month, and Toyota has a great truck that's a perfect fit for you. Like the fun, fearless Tacoma, with the best resale value in its class. During Truck Month, get $1,000 cash back on a built-in-the-USA Tacoma, or lease one for just $269 per month. Toyota Truck Month. Find your perfect fit. Toyota. Let's go places.
Great news, Kentuckiana. FFO Homes are now open in the former Furniture Liquidators locations. Save up to 50% on quality home furnishings. Family sectional, $4.98. Throw pillows, $5. Serta Queen mattress or rocker recliner, $198. 36 months, no interest or no credit needed financing. Enter to win a comfort home recliner at every location. It's FFO Homes' 13-store grand opening.
Mattress and More turns up the savings with the deal of the century. Save $1,000 on America's favorite mattress. Sealy Luxury Resort Eurotop Queen Sets. Department store price $16.99. Now just $6.99. Modern Queen Bed, regularly $4.99, only $1.99. Save up to 50% off select Tempur-Pedic floor models. Plus get 60 months interest-free financing. That's the deal of the century. Now at Mattress and More.
When you need help caring for someone you love, you turn to people you can trust to provide the care you can't give on your own. But when those people violate your trust and harm your loved one, you need to take action. If your loved one is suffering from bed sores, broken bones, dehydration, or malnutrition, get help now. Call the Nursing Home Injury Hotline and get help right now. 800-800-4600. Because together we can make a difference.
Almost set for kickoff between Lou City FC and the Bethlehem Steel here in the Eastern Conference semifinals. And GE Appliances welcomes you into tonight's broadcast. And now a look at the starting 11 for both sides. And tonight's starting lineups are presented by UPSjobs.com. Beginning with the home side, Matt, nothing has changed since a week ago.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And it's a system and a team that are playing really well together. McCabe, in particular, highlighted in the open, has done a really good job in that midfield area. It's tough for Speedy Williams, who has missed time with an international duty, but McCabe's been doing a really good job. And then, of course, Oscar Jimenez. John Hackworth highlighted him in the middle of the week, saying he's just mastered the art of the pass from the set piece, and with all of his assists, 12 on the season, you can see why he is so important as the left back for Lou City.
And for Bethlehem Steel FC, what else is new, Matt? They have their 36th different lineup in their 36th game of the season, including the regular and postseason. But as we've seen already, they just find a way to get it done no matter who's out on the field. 3 changes from their last game.
Most credit to the coaching staff, Brendan Burke, and the team that they're able to be successful with all of the changes that are enforced. Galina's out with injury, other players on international duty. Nanko, Skundrich, and Aubrey come into the lineup tonight. And of course, they're led by James Chambers, the captain. That's a wonderful free kick last week in stoppage time. A nice celebration as well, but I love the way he plays. So simple, only 1 or 2 touches generally on the ball, and he starts the offense for the visitors tonight.
Well, Bethlehem just seemed like they were having fun at Highmark, and fun usually isn't a word that is associated with the opposition when teams go in to the den of the defensive mastermind, Bob Lilly. But Brendan Burke's side were able to get their first ever postseason win in Bethlehem Steel FC history. Meanwhile, for Lou City FC, they have been there and done that in the conference semifinals. They're looking to make yet another conference final appearance. And who else is waiting for them at the end of these 90 minutes and perhaps beyond? New York Red Bulls 2 after their upset against FC Cincinnati. It looks like our referee, Farhad Dadko, is ready to go. We're officially underway from Slugger Field, a spot in the Eastern Conference final on the line. It's Lou City and Bethlehem from Louisville. Tyler Terrence along with Matt Stubbington, glad to have you with us. Lou City coming to this postseason as the number 2 seed. Took care of business against Indy 11. Niall McCabe with 2 goals, Ilya Illich, and then Cameron Lancaster from a different universe as the 4th and final goal. Just conceded 1 against Indy 11, as it was Suni Saad able to prevent the clean sheet. Meanwhile, for Bethlehem, if you don't know the story by now, head over to USLsoccer.com and check out the highlights. It was an instant classic as Lou City, with a great opportunity early on in the shot blocked in front. It was Benjamin Ofemu, and a good start for the Purples in the early going. Here's Davis the 4th again. Kyle Smith, as Farris is providing the pressure, and it'll go all the way back for Greg Ranjetsing. And this is going to be a different approach from Bethlehem, man. And talking with Brendan Burke, they sat in and they sort of asked Pittsburgh to break them down with the pass and break them down with their movement, which they're really not known for. And that's maybe part of the reason why they gave up 2 goals and why they had struggles with Bethlehem throughout the course of the game. But I have a feeling that we're going to see a lot more open match and a lot more press from Brendan Burke's young side.
I think you're right there, especially when looking back on last week's game. Indy 11 did sit in and invite Lou City just to have possession along the back line, and made things difficult as far as passing the ball through the lines into the attacking third for the home team. And it's something that didn't work last weekend, and so I think Brendan Burke will take a lesson from that and try and open the match up a little bit. We've seen a great attack for George Davis the 4th. He's been in a great run of form this season. The veteran, maybe a little selfish coming in on his left foot and taking the shot. There were players aplenty in the 6-yard box, but when you are in such a run of form, why not have a bash?
And tonight's game brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. Bethlehem Steel trying to get to unfamiliar territory. They're already in it with their first ever postseason win and taking on a team that ousted them from their first ever playoff berth a year ago. Chris Nanko Here's Bizo on the first time. Great delivery in, and Ferris mistimed it. Might have been a little bit too high as well, but first threatening chance for the visitors.
Ombi and Jimenez trying to switch off players there defensively in the left back position. Weren't able to get to Bizo and prevent the service. It's just a little bit behind Ferris as well on the cross. As you said, it's already a very open game.
Well, we already had one particularly open conference semifinal in the United Soccer League. And that was Phoenix and Swope Park Rangers, who in a matter of about 17 minutes or so were able to pump in 4 goals in the first half. Santi Moar now on the move towards the byline, gets the cross away. Last touch coming off of Suahi, and now it's going to be a corner for Bethlehem.
Greg Joring there thinking that there was an offside, but it certainly wasn't. It's no decision that Moar was onside when he received the pass.
Santi Moar, who was responsible for the assist on the Michi Galina goal that equalized in the 70th minute against the Hounds last week. Michi Galina unavailable due to injury tonight. Moar, good delivery in, but it's George Davis IV who gets there at the near post, and it'll be a throw-in for Bethlehem. Brendan Aronson, just 17 years of age, played 100 minutes against Pittsburgh. Here's Brian Ombi. Ombi peels it back. Lancaster trying to get there, goes to ground. Long-range effort from Jimenez, well over the frame. And tonight's keys to the game are powered by Kentucky Lottery, who reminds you that lottery proceeds fund college scholarship and grant programs, including every dollar of the popular Keys Scholarship Program. Matt, what do we got?
Well, for the home team, you've already seen it. They need to stay focused because Bethlehem still are really coming at the home team really quickly. They also have to be patient in the attack, not try and panic and cause a turnover in the attacking third by picking the wrong pass. Bethlehem still, Louis City like to send players forward so if you can win the possession and then counterattack quickly, you put the back four under a lot of pressure. And I think Bethlehem still have already started to do that a little bit tonight.
Cameron Lancaster, who obviously has already gone down in the USL history books for his record-breaking season in the goal-scoring department. But John Hackworth is equally impressed with his presence on the defensive side of the ball. And if you really watch the talisman for Louisville, when the Purples are chasing, you'll start to understand why, because he is just ruthless in the way that he hunts down the ball.
It's so important for a forward to be able to play both sides of the ball. If you're smart about the way that you do it, so he not being smart about the way he was doing it on that occasion. Lancaster's smart. He can also get those quick turnovers at the top of the offensive line for Louisville.
Dumped into space. Chris Nanko just racing to keep it in play, able to do so. Now sizing up Oscar Jimenez. Nanko somehow gets the cross off. And Louisville win it. However, they cough it right back up. Bizo, Captain Chambers, and the hero in the quarterfinals, Nanko. Cross takes a deflection, might fall for Moar. It's knocked out wide. Here's Matt Mahoney. His delivery is not a bad one. Jimenez clears it away. Calls for obstruction on Brandon Aubrey, not given by the head referee, Farhad Dadko. Chambers trying to thread the needle. And Jimenez will see it out of play. It's a foul on Chris Nanko before it runs out.
Almost a horse collar challenge there from Nanko. Jimenez by the shoulder. Some good deliveries into the box for the visitors, but the runs just aren't there at the moment for the Steel. Organization needs to be a little bit better in the box.
Ombi helps it along. Lancaster, here he goes. Aubrey sensing the pressure, gets rid of it.
Right there is an example of what we've been talking about. Lancaster just probably sensing the pressure. It's not the best clearance from the central defender. Obviously, Jimenez didn't have his best touch on the ball either, but at that point, it gives Lou City the opportunity to try and win possession back cheaply.
Moar just dinks it over the top. Aronson cuts it back. Mahoney, long-range effort, takes a nasty hop, but Greg Ranjetsingh hangs on to it.
Concentration from the goalkeeper. Even if deflected as well with that hop. No mistake from the man in goal for Lou City tonight. Gets his body behind the ball. Good technique. Jimenez a little reticent to pass that ball into the middle of the pitch to Suahi. It's a dangerous pass, but made even more so because of the delay in the thought process from Jimenez.
Moar after the Louisville turnover, and his pass goes awry. And back for the Purples as we had a couple of chances, both half and full in the opening 5 minutes or so from both teams, and now he's started to settle in a little bit more. Del Piccolo's pass off the backside of Illich. Does well to corral it. Del Piccolo finding Brian Ombie, who's floated over to the left wing. Ombie, Illich trying to slide it through. George Davis IV was barking for it over on the right wing. It eventually finds him. Kyle Smith. Del Piccolo lets it fly into the backside of Chambers.
Davis IV has got a lot of room on that right flank. Chose to come inside on his run there. Perhaps could have waited a little bit longer. Mahoney did a good job of closing down the channel. And that was a silly challenge.
And Farhad Dadko letting the teenager know that he is on very thin ice at the moment. You can understand the nerves and maybe the excitement for young Brendan Aronson stepping into a big moment like this. But those are the types of fouls that are silly, unnecessary, and if he's not careful, we'll get him a yellow card.
Just a silly challenge there.
Louisville looking to qualify for their 4th straight conference final. George Davis IV. Poked away. We'll stay with Niall McCabe. Great delivery in, asking questions of the Bethlehem defense. Del Piccolo stepping forward. Skundrich a good challenge, and Chambers able to get it away. Moar fouled by Kyle Smith, and Bethlehem earn a much-needed free kick.
I think the players are a little committed to this matchup tonight.
Just a little bit.
Players flying in all over the place. The build-up on this previous play was really clever from George Davis IV. There's the huge collision. Moar just leaving his feet early. Smart play from him. Make sure he doesn't get hammered with both feet planted. George Davis IV previously, he just delayed and then accelerated into the space down that right-hand channel. Left Mahoney for dead. Couldn't find the cross that he needed to reach Illich and Lancaster, who've made the run into the 6. So important for young players to learn that ability, change your speed and your direction, and you can beat your defender 1v1. Sometimes you have to do it when you don't have the ball at your feet.
Challenge from Ofimu. It's right up the backside of Ilya Illich. Ofimu has done an excellent job for Bethlehem since coming onto the scene, really, in the dog days of July. And there's the, I guess, another unnecessary foul from Brendan Burke's young side.
Statement foul that was from the central defender. Come into my house and knock you around a little bit. I don't think Illich will shirk any challenge, though, if the ball is there to be won in the 18.
Del Piccolo just clips it in. Handled easily by Bethlehem. Matt, you're shaking your head. A wasted set piece.
A little surprised it was Del Piccolo taking it. We're so used to seeing Jimenez with the service from those set pieces. The ball just needs to be delivered a little bit deeper.
Beisel almost able to find Brendan Aronson. Referee says play on. It might be a yellow card for Aronson after the fact. We'll keep an eye on it. Del Piccolo travels out of play. And no card to be shown just yet.
Great work there from Paco Craig, recognizing that Jimenez was stepping up to try and challenge the ball. Craig just slides across, marking Ferris. Number 5 for Lou City, able to stop the attack, get the ball going forwards again.
Illich trying to bring it down. It was a difficult task. Bethlehem come away with it. Alfimu just has to get rid of it. Excellent from Paco Craig. I thought that might have been the purple trailing on this left wing. Aronson. Suwahi gets a touch to it. Paco Craig up, only as far as Chambers. Here's Olivier Beisel. He's been busy with the ball at his feet. Beisel teasing ball in. And it's Paco Craig again to the rescue for Louisville. And I'll tell you what, those early deliveries from Bethlehem, and it's usually Louisville with the early deliveries, giving the home side a lot of trouble.
I like the play as well, sending it into that near post area. Paco Craig does really well with that previous attack. Ferris trying to change direction to get on the end of the cross. Came up limping a little bit, maybe tweaked his ankle, but seems to be moving okay now as he takes the corner.
Moar got a touch to it again, Louisville. Some last-ditch defending. Ferris and Benjamin Ofimu, some of the bigger bodies for Bethlehem, saying get the ball up so we can have a chance.
I think this was by much. Missing ball in front of your net is not something the goalkeeper wants.
Second corner much better. Aubrey gets ahead to it. Chambers lets it fly. Fouled right at the top of the box. And this is well within striking distance of the Irishman.
We'll see why the whistle was blown. Hornby perhaps will feel he's a little unfortunate for the free kick to go against him. There's two players committed trying to win the ball. Hornby actually pulled out of the initial challenge with his foot, and the body going through his momentum. It's the right decision made by Mr. Dadcoat.
Well, Chambers' free kick in extra time against Pittsburgh was a little bit more central. I'm sure Greg Ranjetsing has done his film work regarding one of these set-piece specialists in the Eastern Conference, James Chambers. Ferris also standing over it. It'll be Chambers, keeps it low, and it was George Davis IV who did not jump and able to get a foot to it. Nanko, good idea to try to turn, but Jimenez gave him a step. Bizo fending off Niall McCabe. Chambers switching the point of attack. The winner, a date with New York Red Bulls 2 next week in the conference final. Moreno with the game winner at Nippert against FC Cincinnati. Ending the 24-match unbeaten streak for Alan Koch's crew, who will move on to Major League Soccer in 2019. Jimenez. Pressure from Chambers. Illich, he was fouled previously. Referee let it go on for as long as he could. And a free kick for the home side.
Skundrich trying to come back defensively as well. Contact before Skundrich's interception. That's why the whistle was blown. Right now, Louisville City just have to match the intensity with which Bethlehem still are playing.
Illich somehow gets out of trouble. Good idea from Smith. Omby handles it with grace. Brian Omby, first time looking for Lancaster to half step behind him. And it could spark a counterattack the other way for the visitors. Nanko splitting the double team and finding the first-year man, Drew Skundrich, out of Stanford. Santi Moar, great overlapping run. Here's Mahoney. Aronson completely scuffed it. Moar will be able to keep it in play. Clever back heel for Mahoney. Back for Moar. Santi working on Kyle Smith.
One of that, Lancaster anticipated a run behind him from one of his teammates that wasn't coming. Otherwise, maybe Lancaster would have tried a little bit harder for that ball. Coming from Omby. Either way, it would have been a really tough opportunity for Lancaster if he had made any contact on the soccer ball. So Omby is shifted over to that right side for now, with McCabe playing alongside Del Piccolo in the midfield. Plays a little bit further up the pitch than Speedy Williams would, so allows a little bit more of a rotation of players.
The pace from Nanko. Fred coming over for support. Ofimu caught in some trouble. It's McCabe. Lancaster with him. Now waiting for support. Here's Illich. Cutting it back to his left. McCabe dinks it out wide. Kyle Smith on the first time, but it's rushed. And it's straight into the hands of McGuire.
We talked about Lancaster's defensive ability up top for Louisville City. Here's an example from Niall McCabe. Almost got in on goal. Perhaps caught between two minds whether to go and challenge the goalkeeper. Or maybe he saw Lancaster out the corner of his eye.
Davis the fourth. Jimenez running with him. Jimenez bodied up by Drew Skundrich. No foul called by Farhad Datko. Aronson. Great composure from Bethlehem. And it's over the head of Santi Moar. And the broadcasters jinx well in effect there, Matt.
It was you, not me. I think Nanko there just needed to play that ball shorter. Skundrich was in a good position in the middle of the pitch to receive the ball. Would have been an easier pass to switch the point of attack. Nanko didn't use Skundrich, neither did Aronson.
Davis the fourth, that is nifty footwork. Omby thought about it initially. McCabe. Davis the fourth went down right at the edge of the penalty area. Slowly getting to his feet, nice little 1-2. Smith the beneficiary, knocks it across. And Ofimu with the touch, and a corner kick coming up for the Purples.
Again in the penalty box. Louisville City getting caught in two minds. Smith taking the extra touch. Allows Ofimu to get to that near post, making the blocking challenge. Davis the fourth seems none the worse for wear. Lancaster is imploring the referee for something.
I'm not going to repeat exactly what the fans here at Slugger Field are saying, but they're referring to the team in green.
Piccolo went over and had a conversation with Mr. Datko too.
Here's Jimenez on the corner, gets all the way through, and Del Piccolo, I don't think was expecting it to get that far. And Bethlehem lucky to come away with a goal kick on that one.
You've seen some good deliveries from both teams. Crosses in the run of play and from set pieces, challenging the defense of both sides. First part of this match has just flown by. I'm also amazed that we haven't seen the ball go in yet.
Well, at this point last year in the quarterfinals between these two sides, Tarek Morad had already scored in the 14th minute. Here's Omby trying to change all of that. Brian Omby still with it. And Brandon Aubrey got a very important touch to it. But it was dizzying play from Omby, who was the superstar of the postseason for Louisville a year ago, with goals against Bethlehem and the game winner against the Rochester Rhinos.
Omby is anxious to find his way onto the stat sheet, either with a goal or an assist. Worked his way back from injury. He's in really good form. His delivery was much improved last weekend. I think now he's...
McCabe. Lancaster was inches away. McGuire was caught in no man's land. And another goal kick for Bethlehem, who are treading in treacherous waters at the moment, Matt.
You have to deny the service into the box. Got to put pressure on these outside players for Lou City. If you're not able to do that, then they can make you pay. And the delivery, again, of good quality.
Aronson, not a bad idea, trying to find Ferris, but ran out of room as Ranjetson closed it down. 25th minute, still no score between the number 2 seed Louisville and the number 6 seed Bethlehem. New York Red Bulls 2 anxiously awaiting.
Hackworth in conversation with Oscar Jimenez. The coach has seen something that he wants his left fullback to do as far as the positioning is concerned on this type of play coming from the back.
Works out for Louisville right until the last moment when Lancaster got stepped on. Bethlehem claimed possession. Aronson, deceptive play. Nenko. Patience from the former Syracuse man. Slides it through. Moar knocks it across, but it's good defending again from Louisville. Little through ball. Delivery didn't have nearly enough pace on it. I think it was Mahoney who went flying into the advertisement stanchions.
It's Indy 11. Those stanchions had to be taken down because the wind was so strong last weekend.
Well, Mahoney took a couple of them down, but not exactly voluntarily.
Penalty shootouts last weekend, and some of those players kept their nerves with the wind in Cincinnati. They reset the ball a couple of times. Really impressive.
Speaking of impressive, Olivier Bizo, more terrific play. John Hackworth upset that there was no advantage played. Bizo. Chris Nanko, a lofted delivery, plenty of time for Ranjetson to line it up, and he does.
Bizo and Nanko have a really good partnership on this near sideline. Bizo's one of those tricky outside players coming up from the right back position that you have to be so careful with defensively. He just has to make sure he doesn't dive in, because Bizo just has the ability to tiptoe around you if you're...
Offside flag was up. Aronson continues to be an irritant in the middle of the field, along the back line, preventing dead balls from being played quickly.
Down at the bench, Spencer coming over and having a talk with John Hackworth. Going back to the middle of the season when he was part of the great triumvirate of coaches. Pick his head coach's brain as to tactics at this stage of the match.
Speaking of picking a coach's brain, as Ranjitsingh just has to play it out. It was actually Brendan Burke who John Hackworth spoke with when he was considering the Louisville City job after James O'Connor went over to Orlando City. Those two have a terrific relationship. Nothing but respect for each other. Brendan Burke actually worked under John Hackworth earlier in his career, and John Hackworth's oldest son played for the Bethlehem Steel for a moment and trained with the side under Brendan Burke, and they continued to exchange calls and texts throughout the course of the season. But this is all business here in the conference semifinals, as Bizo has it knocked away by Brian Obi. It's a good challenge. Bizo goes to ground, and getting some flack from the Coopers here at Slugger Field.
Fans are being a little unfair. That was a strong challenge from Ombi. Good defensive effort from the number 10. A fair one as well, in my opinion, but it doesn't make it feel any better for Bizo. I think Ombi might have enjoyed that one just a little bit. Good blocking challenge. Just catches the ankle as he goes through. Brendan Burke in his comments, he shared a couple of text messages with John Hackworth this week on the lines of looking forward to it, not looking forward to it. It's going to be good to see you.
Those sometimes make for the best matchups. And it's sort of mentor against mentee.
Bizo is up, seems to be okay. Will just be a near post delivery again.
It'll be an in-swinger. Farris all the way towards the back post. Won by Paolo Del Piccolo. FEMA will keep it in. Back into the mixer. Ranjitsingh picks it out of the sky. A little more than a half an hour gone here at Slugger Field. Ranjitsingh finding Niall McCabe in stride around Aronson. McCabe, of course, who surpassed the 100 appearance mark for one club, Louisville City FC. And going up against a formidable opponent in this Bethlehem Steel side. And Brendan Burke has just done a phenomenal job. This is just the third year of existence for Bethlehem. They did not qualify for the postseason in their first year in 2016, just with 6 wins. They get their first ever postseason berth a year ago with 12, now with 14. Ombi working on Bizo. Jimenez. Ball finds its way all the way over to George Davis IV. Shakes Mahoney for a moment. Back out for Smith. Del Piccolo. Time and space to hit it. And it's Brandon Aubrey who uses his head well.
Wonderful attack for Lou City. Probing down the left flank. Not able to find the space that's needed. Well defended by Bizo. Lou City doing a great job of switching the point of attack. In the end, the shot comes down the middle. And well blocked by the central defenders.
Ombi. Great footwork and is fouled. And James Chambers not happy with the defensive effort from his teammates, specifically Brendan Aronson. Just a slight age disparity between those two. Chambers upwards of 30 years old. Mentioned Brendan Aronson, a ripe 17. Aronson getting stuck in. I'm sure Chambers, the captain, will appreciate that effort. And a free kick for Bethlehem.
That's a strong challenge from Paco Craig. Flying in. Thompson did really well to come out of it unscathed. McCabe just making the right decision there. A little tactical foul. Stop the counter-attack from going forwards. Recognizing that Craig was not in position.
A couple of pieces missing for the Bethlehem Steel. Not due to injury or left off the 18, but a significant honor being called up to the U.S. Under-20 side for their CONCACAF Championship and U20 World Cup qualifiers, which will take place in Poland, the U20 World Cup of 2019. Anthony Fontana and Matt Real called up as they will begin their campaign towards Poland against Puerto Rico on November 1st. Here's Jimenez. Omby is through, and he buries it. Brian Omby, 34th minute. Lou City off and running in the conference semifinals.
It's a really good build-up for Lou City. Omby and Jimenez were available on the left flank. Omby recognizing that Jimenez had a head of steam up. Just curls his run into the middle of the pitch. Goes behind McCabe. Jimenez in the outside channel, puts it in the mix, puts it in the right place. Omby just runs onto the ball and does the rest. Wasn't the best service from Jimenez, he just put it where he needed to. Omby's been hungry, and now he's satisfied his appetite a little bit.
This goal is presented by Kentucky Lottery, fueling imagination, funding education, Kentucky Lottery. And if anybody should play the lottery tonight, it should be Matt Stubbington, because before we went live, he looks at me and he says, Omby's getting one tonight.
I think I used my luck up.
It's another conference semifinal goal for Mr. Brian Omby. He had the lone goal in the win against the Rochester Rhinos in 2017 in the last 10 minutes, and now with the go-ahead goal here in 2018. How does this young Steel squad respond?
The key for the Steel is not to panic. They've been in this game completely throughout this first 35 minutes of the match. Had some great opportunities, especially down this right-hand side. Need to get some more balance. Mohar and Mahoney have done their best to get in the match, but Bizo and Nanko have really commandeered a lot of possession for the visitors.
Mohar playing Nanko through. Chris Nanko on the move. Nanko, what a save from Ranjit Singh. Had to completely readjust as Nanko cut inside. And a corner kick for Bethlehem, who looks sprightly after giving up the game's first goal.
Well, why not commandeer most of the possession when you have attacks like that? McCabe's upset, probably because Jimenez is still down on his haunches, holding his right leg. Great skill there from Nanko. It's not the easiest end of the pitch to try and dribble the ball in the 18. And that's a wonderful save from Ranjit Singh. Look at the footwork of the goalkeeper, getting across to his right.
Bethlehem had been in this position before, just about a week ago. Gave up a goal in the first half. They didn't respond and equalize until the 70th minute in the form of Michi Galina, who we mentioned earlier is unavailable due to injury. They would then claw their way back into the game yet again in extra time after the James Chambers free kick. Do they have more comeback magic in the ensuing round? Chambers. Not sure whether he was trying to put that on frame, but either way it misses the frame, and a goal kick for Ranjit Singh.
Right now, Lou City just have to keep their focus, send the keys of the game, maintain the concentration. A little upset right now. Ranjit Singh communicating with Paco Craig, making sure that everybody's on the same page. Just want one of the roles of the goalkeeper. You can be that calm head, the great communicator. See everything that goes on in front of you.
Good news for Louisville. Oscar Jimenez makes his way back out onto the pitch. And here he is. He's trying to get it away with Bethlehem closing in on him.
It's interesting, Louisville keep going with that pass from the goalkeeper out to the left back position with Craig. John Hackworth a couple of weeks ago said, I'm not a coach that likes my team to pass it out of the back for playing out of the back's sake.
Lancaster and McCabe, great interplay. Smith cleaning it up, Illich. George Davis the fourth. Kyle Smith stopping on a dime, but cleaned up by Mahoney. Chris Nenko, nobody stepping to him just yet. Looking to blow his way past the entire Louisville roster.
It's great work between Craig, McCabe, and Jimenez. What John Hackworth was saying to me is if his team can pass it out of the bag, the other team, the opposition, are pressing a little bit. You can take 3, 4, maybe as many as 6 players out of the picture if you're successful in beating the press. At the same time, he said, if my team needs to go long, and they will go long.
Here's Ombi. It stood up by Ofimu. And a corner kick for Lou City. 40th minute, 1-0 thanks to the goal from Brian Ombi.
Ordinarily, I'd like that ball to be played out to the flank. There's some more space to be exploited, but Ombi saw that Lancaster was trying to shoot the gap through the middle channel. Ends up with the deflection.
Second opportunity for the home side. McCabe. McGuire will stay home. Knocked across. Saved off the line by McGuire. Well, set pieces were the biggest concern of Brandenburg heading into this one, because that's where Louisville devastated them a year ago in the conference quarterfinals. And it was almost the same story in a second goal for the Purples right before the halftime break. But McGuire coming up with his first massive save of the evening.
It was a great job, McGuire getting back to his goal line. McCabe keeping the ball alive, delivering a great ball in on the second phase of that set piece.
Ombi on the turn. And nobody home. Get another look at that McGuire save.
Lots of time just to measure the cross. Greg with the header. Athletic there from Illich. And just good basic goalkeeping there from McGuire. Understanding that you have to get back to your goal line quickly. Puts the left hand out. Makes the save look easy, but there was nothing easy about it when there's players flying around you.
McGuire got the start against the Pittsburgh Riverhounds a week ago. Took a knock late in that game, and it was questionable whether he was going to be able to return. Didn't have to make a save in the penalty shootout, as both teams were perfect until Raymond Lee missed the frame. And that was the kick that would send Bethlehem into the conference semifinals and give them their first postseason win, as Chambers sprays a perfect ball out wide for Santi Moar. A heavy touch allows Smith to get his own touch to it. Bizo. Slow rolling pass into Ferris. Mahoney getting forward. Moar in support. Santi Moar still with it. Moar with the curler. Bethlehem claiming it took a deflection. It did, and a corner kick for the visitors.
And you got players like Nanko on the right and Moa on the left. You cannot rest on your laurels if you are Lou City. Now just turning Smith inside and out, and still managing the shot.
Corner whipped in, handled easily by Cameron Lancaster. Now it's Omby running the other way. And Chambers closed him down quickly. Challenge from Chambers, looked like a clean one. Indeed it is, and a handball against Del Piccolo.
You got to be pretty unfortunate to be up in the air like that and get
a handball.
Get that handball caught against you.
Nanko. It was a good initial move, but the delivery, anything but.
That's good player management from Mr. Decker as well.
Sir,
as he puts his whistle in his mouth. Chambers is about ready to jump up and give him a mouthful. He said, hey, I've got it. It was a handball. You're absolutely fine. So just diffusing the situation. Chambers, a player that likes to, whether he likes to or not, but he does wear those emotions on his sleeve.
Knocking on the door of stoppage time. Again, Brian Omby with the lone goal so far. And a goal that, as it stands, would send Louisville City to their 4th consecutive conference final and their 3rd straight conference final against New York Red Bulls 2. Brandon Aubrey trying to deal with Cameron Lancaster. It's a boxing match. Aubrey ripping down Lancaster after the fact. It's going to be a foul against the Louisville striker. And he wanted the referee to come to him and have a conversation with him.
It's the right call. It should go against Lancaster. The arms up immediately. Aubrey trying to body him up. And there was certainly a tug from Aubrey, but it was Lancaster that initiated the contact.
25 goals in the regular season doesn't get you that call?
No. Trying to be some more insightful than that, but
it's 1 minute of stoppage time, and it is brought to you by Sullivan University. And that's going to do it for the first half. It's deja vu all over again. Brian Omby in the conference semifinals. As it stands right now, with the lone goal and the game winner that would send Louisville City into the conference final. We're New York Red Bulls 208, but still 45 minutes to go here at Slugger Field. Matt Stubbington, your thoughts on the first 45 minutes?
it was a wonderful 45 minutes. Competitive, both sets of players completely committed to the game, flying into challenges, good services into the box, a couple of nice saves from both goalkeepers, and the goal to boot. It's been pretty special. Looking forward to the second half.
Well, Bethlehem are in familiar territory after giving up a first half goal and have the second half to try to find an equalizer and more. There's been dancing, challenges, wild tackles, and goals galore. We're headed to the halftime show. Lou City with a 1-0 lead over Bethlehem in the conference semifinals.
We demand a lot from our trucks. We work, play, and practically live in them. Now, it's Toyota Truck Month, and Toyota has a great truck that's a perfect fit for you. Like the fun, fearless Tacoma, with the best resale value in its class. During Truck Month, get $1,000 cash back on a built in the USA Tacoma, or lease one for just $269 per month. Toyota Truck Month. Find your perfect fit. Toyota, let's go places.
Make it full of adventure. Make it versatile. Make it stylish. make it safe. Make it RAV4. The 2018 Toyota RAV4 is built for the weekend escape. That's why it's the best-selling small SUV in America. And now, during the RAV4 clearance event, there's never been a better time to get a great deal on a new RAV4. Get $2,250 cash back or lease one for just $209 a month. Now, during the RAV4 clearance event, make it RAV4 today. Toyota, let's go places.
Did you know that over 31% of injury-causing accidents are the result of rear-end collisions? Hi, I'm Kevin Renfro. If you've been injured when another driver rear-ended you, we'll help you get all you deserve. Call the Becker Law Office. Just dial 3.
Kentuckiana, you have a better way to save on furniture. FFO Homes are now open in the former Furniture Liquidators locations. The top names: Save on Flexsteel, Broyhill, Tempur-Pedic, Lazy Boy, and more. No interest, no money down financing for 36 months. You're gonna save up to 50% on quality home furnishings. Enter our company-wide $20,000 furniture giveaway at Kentuckiana's new FFO Homes.
Save up to 50% on the #1 selling Tempur-Pedic. Now at Mattress and More. It's our biggest luxury bedding sale ever. That's right. Save up to 50% on select Tempur-Pedic floor models while they last. Or purchase any new Tempur-Pedic. We'll give you a 7-night luxury resort stay, plus 60 months interest-free financing. Don't miss our biggest luxury bedding sale ever. And your chance to save up to 50% on select Tempur-Pedic floor models. Going on now at Mattress and More.
It's a helpless feeling to look into your rearview mirror and see another car about to hit you. Hi, I'm Kevin Renfro. If you've been injured when another driver rear-ended you, we'll help you get all you deserve. Call the Becker Law Office for a free evaluation. Just dial 3.
Welcome into tonight's halftime report presented by Kentuckiana Toyota Dealers. 1-0 to the home side, Louisville City FC, looking to get to their 4th consecutive conference final, where a all too familiar foe, New York Red Bulls 2, awaits and is probably watching this broadcast. Tyler Terrence along with Matt Stubbington, glad to have you with us. And while we're talking about New York Red Bulls 2, why don't we take a look at the entire USL Cup postseason bracket here in 2018. Just one game remains later tonight, Orange County and Reno, and then the 4 teams will be set in the conference finals. Matt, what are we thinking here?
I'm thinking this is a really good play. I mean, look at the goal scored by Reno today for Red Bulls 2. Picks the ball up in his own half and then goes the distance, puts it into the back of the net for the game winner. That was done in the 12th minute, and somehow, some way, Red Bulls 2 were able to hang on against what we all know is a really tough FC Cincinnati team. And then what can we say about Phoenix? They're certainly on a great run of form, rising with 4 goal scorers: Johnson, Cortez, Lambert, and Drogba. Drogba with the icing on the cake at the end, and assist to boot. The great man is doing really good things since his return to the rising lineup in Orange County Reno. It's going to be a really interesting match tonight, with Orange County trying to keep the seeding floating in the Western Conference.
And now for our score from around the league with our Commonwealth Credit Union Roundup. Phoenix rising, as Matt just mentioned. Down Swope Park Rangers, a grudge match from a year ago in the Western Conference quarterfinals. Didier Drogba, Jason Johnson, Chris Cortez, and Kevon Lambert with the goals for Phoenix as they advance to their first ever conference final. FC Cincinnati falling to New York Red Bulls 2. Moreno with the game winner in the first half, and it'll be Orange County and Reno in Irvine tonight. If Reno are to win, Phoenix will host the Western Conference final. And right now, whoever's hosting the USL Cup final, well, it's kind of up in the air in the moment, isn't it? We're going to step aside and let you take a look at some of the best moments from the conference quarterfinals on both sides of the Mississippi. Take a look. He's going to hit it. It's a great effort, and it's in. Didier Drogba, the opener for Phoenix. JJ wants it on his left, and he's got it. JJ is back. Asante waits for it. Solo, third. Phoenix on to the Western Conference semifinals. Looking for a shot. Corbin Bone rips it, and Corbin Bone does it again. Right back to the middle. Bourgeois shot. Nashville has tied the match in the 124th minute. Goes high and sends it over the frame. Steps to the ball. FC Cincinnati has a playoff win.
Brown on the top of the 8, pushed it in the back of the net at the death. looking to set himself up for the strike is there. The Red Bulls take the match.
Rhett looking for a runner, he has him, and a score! Nenko slides it through, here comes Moore, into the area, and it's in! Over to Holland, crossbar, and it's in! Will he strike it? He will, and it's in! Ray Lee, left foot, missed it, and Bethlehem Steel with a penalty kick shootout victory.
On the ground by Jimenez and ripped in! Louisville scores! Davis tries to clip it back across. Illich! McCabe! His best strike in all his years. Ball ahead. Saad gets one for Indy 11. Cameron Lancaster will try and dip this in. Oh, he did it again. St. Louis crashing numbers. Ball gets through. C10! 1-0! Now another ball whipped in. C10! This is Quinn in front. Hat trick. Michael Seaton sets up Bierman. Bierman, 4-0. They are running riot in Irvine. Mirovic strikes first in the 16th minute. Working it in. We'll send a hard ball in, and it's into the net. The game is tied. Cutting it back. Here's a chance for Barry. The number 2 seed goes down here.
Knocking on the door of the conference finals, and of course that means we're knocking on the door of Halloween. It's the Jack-o'-lantern Spectacular. Pumpkins carved in any which way. Matt, I know that that's one of your favorite things to do when you're sitting at home with the spare time that you so constantly find yourself with, is to carve yourself a nice pumpkin. Is it not?
I did do a Spider-Man face once for the lads, but it turned out all right. But
looked more like Batman.
Mixing your comic worlds there, aren't you?
There you go. Yep, something like that. We'll take a look at what's been going on around the United Soccer League besides these scintillating postseason matches. How about Lansing Ignite FC, a founding member of USL League One as of a couple days ago? Attendance. More than 60,000 fans attending postseason matches all across the United Soccer League. Phoenix and Pittsburgh Riverhounds with all-time record sellouts. Phoenix actually outdid themselves again with their match against Swope Park last night with 7,700 squeezing into the capacity of 6,200. And then, of course, the USL rebranding. And we'll take a deeper look at the rebranding for the United Soccer League. And just put it simply, USL will now be known as the USL Championship, still going to be Division II in the American Soccer Pyramid. Division III, which was always coming in 2019, will now be known as USL League One. That is going to be quite literally the Division III, the third part of the American Soccer Pyramid. And then, Matt, this is probably the most interesting and the most exciting one in the hashtag Path to Pro. PDL now going to be acquired by the United Soccer League. It's going to be known as USL League Two. That statistic down there is really interesting. 70% of MLS draftees have played there at any point in time, and a slew of USL players have also found themselves in the PDL. Just outstanding stuff, and another step forward for the beautiful game in North America.
Oh, the growth of the game is fantastic. I've seen it in my time in the country the last 25 years or so, and just the way that the USL is taking a lead in growing the sport is marvelous, and giving these players the opportunity to develop so they can reach the levels that they're trying to attain. And it's great. We see it time in, time out in the USL. There's not just one way to make it as a professional soccer player in the country now, and a large part of that is because of the USL.
Well, second half kickoff right around the corner. Lou City hanging on to a 1-0 lead. Bethlehem trying to complete yet another impressive comeback on the road. It's all coming your way next. Don't go anywhere.
We demand a lot from our trucks. We work, play, and practically live in them. Now, it's Toyota Truck Month, and Toyota has a great truck that's a perfect fit for you. Like the legendary off-road 4Runner with active traction control. During Truck Month, get $1,000 cash back on a brand new 4Runner. Or get $2,500 cash back on a rugged, full-size, built-in-the-USA Tundra. Toyota Truck Month. Find your perfect fit. Toyota. Let's go places.
You know, I was excited to partner up with Baptist to do a training facility in Louisville.
We hired the right people to get the job done. You can come here and hop into a group training, or if you want one-on-one training, we can focus on that.
It's kids that want to develop and get some confidence to adults who are looking to join a class.
It caters to whatever you want to accomplish.
Live, enjoy life, and just be healthy.
Hi, I'm Kevin Renfro of the Becker Law Office. Hang on a second. This is really important. 6 times. Do you know what that means? Well, hang around and I'll let you know in a little bit.
Hi, I'm Larry Zigarelli, president of FFO Home. From the Big 4 Bridge to your home, Kentuckiana's new home for top quality furniture and mattresses is FFO Home, where great quality furniture and mattresses lives for less.
FFO Homes are now open in the former Furniture Liquidators locations. Family Sectional, $4.98. Throw pillows, $5. Serta Queen mattress or rocker recliner, $1.98. FFO Homes 13-store grand opening.
You know that coffee shop where people stand in line to pay twice as much for a cup of coffee as some other places? It's not always the lowest price that wins. It's the perceived value. Not every business has to compete based on price. At WDRB Media, we can show you how to brand your business, how to be more efficient with your media placement, and how to be more effective with your results. Give us a call. I'm Marty Hazel. If you knew what we know, you'd have called us already.
6 times. That's how much more dangerous it is to be texting and driving than if you were drunk. Please put your phone down. And if you've been injured in an accident, call us. We'll help you get all you deserve. Just dial 3s.
We are just about set for the second half here at Slugger Field. Tyler Terrence along with Matt Stubbington, and while the second half is right around the corner, we'll take a look at the half that was here in Louisville. Matt, conference semifinals. We expected these two teams maybe to be a little bit more daring in the opening moments. We had to wait a little while for the opening goal eventually from Brian Ownby. Some half chances here and there for both sides.
Highlight of the first 45 minutes really has been the delivery and of the ball into the box from the flanks of both squads. This is the build up to the ball that led to the goal. Jimenez in the outside channel was occupied with Ownby as well. Ownby recognized that Jimenez was in a better place, runs behind McCabe. Jimenez puts the ball in a good area right along the line of the 6, and Ownby does the rest, dribbling the ball around the defender, committed to it, and then slots it into the far post. A nice finish for his first goal of the postseason and his first goal of the season.
And credit Oscar Jimenez with his 3rd assist of the postseason. This is almost moments after the Ownby goal. Chris Nanko challenging Greg Ranjetsing, but the Trinidad and Tobago keeper up to the task.
Wonderful footwork from Ranjetsing to move to his right to make the save. Nanko and Baizo down the right flank have been a real thorn in the side for the defenders of Lou City. They've done a really good job of getting the ball into the box as well. It's been a really good competitive game, and you see the possession favoring Lou City. Shots as well, but that doesn't tell the whole picture, because Bethlehem still have had some really good moments in their attacking third.
The chess match continues in the middle of the field, and as Matt mentioned, out wide as well. And Matt, if you are John Hackworth and this Louisville side, you know, obviously you were able to take care of Bethlehem a year ago in the conference quarterfinals with relative ease, but this has been a much different game, and I have a feeling we're going to see a lot more fight from Bethlehem. But a year ago, this was the first win of 4 in the USL postseason for Louisville on their way to the eventual crown.
That's just a great performance from the home team on that occasion, and they were again in a great run of form as they went into postseason, where Lou City, and they put Bethlehem still on their heels and made life really difficult. The Steel never responded, but this is a different squad this year, and right from the opening week of the season, Bethlehem Steel have found fight throughout the matches that they've played in and have never given up the ghost in any game. I think that's what is exciting for Brendan Burke, his squad, and the fans for Bethlehem Steel. And he talked about it in the week, about the resilience that they showed last weekend against Pittsburgh Riverhounds, and that's why they're playing tonight against Lou City, is that they showed the resilience that perhaps they didn't have a year ago.
Well, this is the resume for Louisville City FC, and for any job that they're applying that requires a stellar resume throughout a postseason, well, they're going to get that job. And really the most impressive thing to me, Matt, is outscoring opponents 13-3. Only 3 goals conceded, one of them coming against Indy 11 last week in a game that was all wrapped up anyway. So this is just a team that we've always known is a defensive juggernaut, but they really crank it up another notch when they get into the playoffs.
Well, the other thing that's impressive is that statistic, the defensive side of the ball, has been a problem this year for Louisville City. But when John Hackworth arrived, he said, we've got to sort this out. That side of the ball has to be corrected, and under his tenure, certainly that has happened for Louisville City. Certainly going to the 4 defenders in the back has helped with that as well. And Faris, a little tussle there with Suhai. I don't remember mentioning Suhai's name in the first half at all.
Well, Brendan Burke is livid with the head referee and the 4th official as we're officially underway the second half here at Slugger Field. Tyler Terrens along with Matt Stubbington, glad to have you with us. 45 minutes remain. Unless Bethlehem can find an equalizer, then we have some free football for the fans here at Slugger. New York Red Bulls 2 awaits in the conference final, and if Louisville are to hang on to this Brian Ownby goal late in the first half, it'll be the 3rd straight meeting in the conference final between those 2 historic clubs in the United Soccer League. Here's Oscar Jimenez going for the curler, but it's straight at McGuire. And tonight's game brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. Here is the goal scorer, Ownby, linking up with Oscar Jimenez, who assisted on said goal. Ownby finding his way through. He's been electric. Ownby falls for Illich. Might fall for Ownby again. And a sliding challenge from Brandon Aubrey.
I think Ownby had straight into an offside position. If he'd made a more concerted effort at that ball, I believe the flag would have gone up on this near sideline. It'll be interesting in the second half to see where McCabe fits in. Covered a lot of game in the first, a lot of the field in the first 45 minutes of the game. Playing a little bit advanced if they'll pick up.
Here's VisionWorks, what to look for as we head into the second half of play. Matt, for Louisville City, it seems pretty simple. For Bethlehem, maybe it's a little bit more in depth.
Well, the services have been there for Bethlehem, but the runs haven't found a way to connect with those balls played into the box, primarily in the run of play. I think if players like Ferris can find a way to get in the box, Santi Moa, Aronson, and get on the end of those crosses, they will challenge Ranjetsingh and make life very difficult for the home side. And obviously for Louisville City, just maintain the focus. Got to play the full 90 minutes. As we've seen a few times earlier on in the season, Louisville City conceded goals late. It's something that they will not want to do today. Even going back to last weekend, the game was in hand primarily, but they did give up a goal that made things a little bit tighter against Indy 11 than they wanted it to be.
Brendan Burke is barking at John Hackworth, asking him how much time he's going to kill. And this is one of my biggest pet peeves in this sport, Matt, and we've talked about this before. This is one of the more elementary things in the game of soccer. If you don't get the goal kick outside of the penalty area, you should not be allowed to redo it. It should be an indirect free kick from the spot where the ball was touched inside of the penalty area, just like you don't get a redo on a throw-in.
I think that would be a great idea. It seems unfair that you get a mulligan in that situation.
Kyle Smith now. Delivery denied, but it'll fall for Davis the fourth. Veteran trying to get it on his left foot and decides to recycle.
Just had to delay his surface a little bit as the forward runs of Ownby, Lancaster and Illich had strayed beyond the back line of Bethlehem Steel. Had to wait for those players to get back onside before the service came in.
Illich back for Ownby. Positive first touch. And it's terrific defending from Olivier Bizo. He claims it last came off of Ownby, but a corner kick coming up for the Purples. It's great football on either end.
Wonderful defending there. Strong in the challenge. Maybe a little payback from Bizo from Ombi's challenge in the first half. You just tell by the reaction of the players, mutual respect of a job well done.
Jimenez, who else on the corner? McGuire able to snatch it.
Really comfortable and confident grab from McGuire. Not sure whether it was Del Piccolo or perhaps McCabe that ran across the face of the goalkeeper, but great concentration. The height of his leap, getting that ball out of the air.
Five minutes gone here in the second half. Suahi go back for Ranjit Singh. And that's over the Bethlehem dugout. Nanko ends up fouling McCabe in the end. And on cue, the Bethlehem substitutes will start to get warm and go through the motions.
See that Bethlehem still just want to keep the energy level high, trying to play really quickly. Asking for the ball from the ball kid on this near sideline.
Jimenez trying to find his way. Brandon Aubrey put in a dangerous yet clean challenge. And Brendan Aronson with good work to come back and intercept the ball. However, gives it right back. Here's Oscar Jimenez. Mahoney, a firm clearance only as far as Del Piccolo. Can Lancaster make something of this? The answer is no for now. Neko on the move, Paco Craig. Again, just outstanding work. Bizo, similar play. Santi Moar. Cutting it back, excellent footwork, Moar. Shielded off by Ombi in the end. And the surface here at Slugger Field not doing either side any favors, Matt.
Lancaster needs to be smarter in the way he's playing the game.
Just fucking shoved him in the back behind the play. Deal with it.
Lancaster.
Do your fucking job.
Giving a shove to Afimo, and then Afimo giving his little physicality in kind. Brendan Berg not happy with the official on this near sideline, not taking control of things. Certainly for Lancaster to get a yellow card for something innocuous as a defender just doing his job.
Brendan Burke continues to plead with the fourth official.
Mayor Peckmick is the fourth official tonight. I just feel sorry for the assistant that isn't running up and down with the flag or the whistle. He has to put up with a lot of abuse from the coaches.
Farris trying to pull it back, cut out by Del Piccolo. Now McCabe sprinting away from the pack. McCabe trying to lay it off for Ombi. That's really well read by Matt Mahoney.
Ombi really didn't make it very easy for McCabe to deliver a pass that was effective. Ombi just really ran along on a rail track. Needs to create a little bit more width.
And now the foul right at the edge of the area. And perhaps all of that chirping in the fourth official's ear, Ismir Peckmick got the attention of the head referee, Farhad Dadko, and now a very dangerous set piece coming up for the visitors here in the 55th minute.
It's a great angle for a shot for Chambers. A little bit further out towards the edge of the 18 than he would like, but a lot of room to try and curl this ball around the wall. Also has the option of just delivering a little chip service into the back post. And Jetsons has 4 players in the wall. New City are mismatched at the far post as far as on-rushing attackers are concerned.
Can Chambers do it again? Chambers keeps it low, and again it's blocked by George Davis IV. Curling it into the path of Aronson, trying to cut it back. Aubrey misses on it. Referee says play on. Louisville breaking out, a lot of numbers moving forward. Davis IV, Ombi. Chambers gets a piece of it. Ombi thought he was fouled. So did the rest of the crowd here at Slugger Field. And Hackworth saying, if he called the previous one on Santi Moar, how is that not a foul? Bizo. Bethlehem probing. Farris working on Paco Craig, one of the best defenders in all the United Soccer League. Farris's delivery takes a deflection. Illich able to find Davis IV. Bizo tracking back. And a rare turnover from Davis IV in his own defensive third, no less. Aubrey slips.
Davis IV misread the run of Lancaster there. Skundridge trying to find a way to get himself more involved in the game as well, making runs further into the attacking third, trying to get into the 18 of Louisville.
And Moar commits a frustration foul. Niall McCabe gets right in the face of the official. It looks like it is going to be mustard and a yellow card for Santi Moar. Brendan Burke, visibly and audibly not happy. And yellow for Moar.
Referee trying to manage the game, understanding that tempers are flared. Trying to calm things down, bringing out the yellow card. Brendan Burke, understandably frustrated, feeling that calls are not going the way of the visitors at the moment.
And while both coaches have been very upset, you have to give Farhad Dadko a lot of credit, because the game really hasn't gotten away from him by any stretch of the imagination. There's just been 50-50 calls on either side, and quite honestly, I think he's done a pretty good job tonight.
I don't think he's missed anything.
Jimenez, delivery is low, uncharacteristically.
The other thing with the referee is his management of the players has been pretty good as well. Communication. He's quieted down some
42 for 35,
moments that could have flared out of control.
And we're getting word that Aiden Apodaca is getting ready to come on for Brendan Burke, and Bethlehem is the first substitute of the night. Here's Ombi on the other end. Brian Ombi, his second of the night. Louisville lead 2-0. It is that man, the postseason killer yet again, Brian Ombi.
He's worked back from injury. He's worked back into form. And now he's found his scoring ways again. John Hackworth will be thrilled. An opportunistic strike for Ombi. Looks up to see that the goalkeeper is committed. Again, it's McCabe delivering the pass that finds the channel. Ombi gets goal side. Doesn't have to take a touch other than to put it past Maguire.
This goal presented by Kentucky Lottery, fueling imagination, funding education, Kentucky Lottery. That's his 4th postseason goal in the past 2 years. Aronson, quick snapshot. Apodaca just came on. It's a miscue from Brandon Aubrey. Lancaster will just see it out of play. And it was Ferris who made way for Aiden Apodaca. The substitutions brought to you by Great Clips. Half an hour remaining here at Slugger Field. The lead is doubled for Louisville in the past few minutes. Bethlehem with quite the hole to dig themselves out of. Right now it's Louisville to take on New York Red Bulls 2 for a 3rd straight year in the conference finals. Why even bother playing the regular season?
We'd have nothing to do between March and end of October.
Well, the rest of the Eastern Conference can play, but when it comes to the postseason, just pencil them in there.
And the rest of the Eastern Conference would say, but that's not fair. It means we're only playing for 6 spots in the playoff.
And you're guaranteed not to get past the conference semifinals.
Bethlehem Steel right now, they just need to regain their focus. They had lots of attack, lots of ball going forwards. Still a lot of time in this match. Don't maintain their composure though. Just keep making silly mistakes. The game will get away from Bethlehem Steel.
Mahoney appears to be all right. He just got the wind knocked out of him a bit. He's colliding with Brian Omby.
Jumping into the challenge, it was Mahoney that initiated the contact. That's a great interchange of passes there to get out of the left back position. Except for the last delivery.
Chambers, it's clever to find Nanko. Leaves up some space for Bethlehem moving forward. Mahoney. Good movement for the visitors. Nanko around Illich. Nanko fouled right at the edge of the area. That was mighty close. You can actually see the divot right on the left side of the penalty area.
And Brendan Burke thought that he had a penalty kick there for the Steel. I was just thinking why Nanko had come more centrally into the pitch, as he's been so effective throughout the match down that right-hand channel. And he shows how special he is as a player. Kyle Smith getting the yellow card for the clumsy challenge on the edge of the box. He won't mind quite so much, because when that whistle blew, he probably had his heart in his mouth thinking he'd given away a spot kick.
Made a mistake earlier. It was actually Brian Obi's 5th postseason goal in the past 2 years. Also had the lone goal in the conference final against New York Red Bulls 2, which was eventually equalized by Junior Flemings. Here's Senti Moar. Keeps it low, loose in front. Nanko, back heel cleared away by Del Piccolo. And that might have been a golden moment for Bethlehem to get back into this game.
Another low shot coming in off of the set piece, this time from Moar.
Senti Moar shot takes a deflection. Corner coming up for Bethlehem. And if Louisville are going to be under siege for the next 25 minutes, Matt, you have a feeling that Bethlehem might be able to get a breakthrough.
Certainly if they have moments like this. And Jetsing, like he was trying to field that like a cricket player. And his defense came out and bailed him out.
Nanko. Aubrey fighting for it. Ombi with the defensive play. Aubrey lays it off for Aronson. Aronson. It's caught between Del Piccolo and George Davis IV. Chambers just stabs it back into the area. More defending for Lou City. Mahoney thought about the early delivery, thinks better of it. Senti Moar. Nice little 1-2. Moar. Good defending from Kyle Smith, and another corner for Bethlehem.
Frustration from Moar. That was really good defending from Smith. He's on a yellow, just gave away a really dangerous free kick. Had to time that to perfection on the tackle. It was a wonderful interchange of passes from Moar Mahoney to get into that dangerous spot right on the edge of the 6.
Nanko. Chambers hit it and scuffed it. And a goal kick for Greg Ranjetsing.
Again, this is the management of the game from the referee. Realizing that Ranjetsing was going to go retrieve the ball by himself.
As opposed to using the ball boy.
Stadenko's like, well, the kids wearing the pink around the field, carrying the soccer balls are there for a reason.
It's the game within the game sometimes. And right now, Louisville winning both. Illich. Brian Omby sitting on a hat trick. Pass out of the reach of McCabe. Bethlehem cough it back up. Davis IV. Nice little through ball. Smith onside. McGuire hangs on to it.
Love that overlapping run from Kyle Smith. The defense, Mahoney, was not fooled by that overlapping run, stood his ground, stayed with Davis IV. Davis IV was able to find the pass inside and back out towards Smith. Nicely done.
Moar bringing it down and stood up by Smith. That's a great matchup on this near side. We've seen both players get the better of each other on numerous occasions. An advantage to Kyle Smith after that one.
Almost so Moar's touch was too good. Ball stuck on his thigh, he couldn't get it out from under his feet. Gave Smith the opportunity that was needed by the right fullback to make the challenge successful. This rotation that Lou City have right now with McCabe and Illich, which occupies that space in the hole behind Lancaster. He'll drop back to get the ball on occasion, allowing McCabe to shoot through as well.
Bethlehem give it away. It's going to be a lot of Louisville City on the counterattack. In the last 20 minutes or so, McCabe.
Talking about good battles. There's one on the other end of the pitch between Bizo and Omby.
Looks like Speedy Williams is getting ready to come on for John Hackworth and Lou City. Mahoney shielded off by Smith. And we're getting word that it's going to be Ilya Illich making way for the Jamaican Speedy Williams.
I think Williams will probably hold back a little bit, play alongside Del Piccolo a little bit more. McCabe will then go forwards and play underneath Lancaster in the front three midfielders.
Chambers, good idea going the other way. Ranjetsing read it though.
I enjoy watching Chambers play. Early on the season, I watched one of the Bethlehem Steel games, and if Chambers touched the ball more than twice, you could count it on one hand through the 90 minutes. It's a little more difficult in the Louisville environment of Slugger Field, but space isn't quite there for Chambers to exploit, but still an important part of what happens on the field for Bethlehem Steel.
Well, the double-double man for Lou City. Didn't score, didn't assist, but obviously played a big role in the 2-0 lead that he's helped the Purples garner here in the 72nd minute, and makes way for Speedy Williams. And the substitution brought to you by Great Clips. It's going to be great.
Does look like it's McCabe that has slid forward to take Illich's spot.
Now it's going to be Omar Holness coming on to replace Brendan Aronson at the next opportunity for Bethlehem. Now it's just a matter of seeing the game out if you're Louisville. Omby. Brian Omby looking for a hat trick, makes a defender fall. What a save from McGuire, preventing the hat trick. Back out for Omby, and stabbed away by the Bethlehem back line.
It's a really good save by the goalkeeper. Famo as well is in the picture as Omby takes the players on. Aubrey slips. There's the important touch. It was actually Mahoney, I'm sorry, who came in and spoiled Lancaster's opportunity for the rebound. Visitors struggling on the artificial surface that covers the baseball infield.
Has been really impressive since coming back from his injury. We'll get to that in a moment as that substitution is going to take place. Holness coming on. And we'll take the spot of Brendan Aronson. A very frustrated teenager comes off. The substitution brought to you by Great Clips.
A bit more experience. Holness trying to get the play going forwards. It's Brendan Burke.
Louisville 15 minutes away from another conference final. Nanko on the turn. Nanko still with it. Chambers whips it in, but nobody there for the visitors.
I'm a little surprised that Nanko's coming so far into the middle channels. So effective in the first half on the outside, combining with Bizo. Haven't seen that combination much in this second half.
Apodaca called for the foul. We were talking about Brian Ownby and just his resiliency since coming back from injury, Matt. You mentioned it right after his goal. I mean, he picked up an injury probably at the worst point in the season because he was in good form, had to battle his way back. We constantly saw him doing sprints pregame even before most of the other players were out there just getting his fitness in. He missed a stretch basically from early August until early September. Made an appearance against Penn FC after sitting out about 3.5 to 4 weeks. Obviously had some big goals in the U.S. Open Cup, including the game winner against the New England Revolution, and has 2 goals here tonight. And John Hackworth earlier in the year, as Chris Nanko played the other way, said that something about Brian Ownby just allows us to play a bit differently and make us a bit more unpredictable. Santi Moar. Mahoney. Moar looking for an avenue. It's a great effort and it's off the bar. Well, they're looking for a moment of individual ingenuity, and Santi Moar was whiskers away from providing it.
Thought Mahoney would have whipped the cross in. He thought better of it. Picked out Moar on the square ball. The boys in purple just backed off, inviting the shot. Oh, just dropping the right shoulder, getting the ounce of space that he needed, the inch of space he needed, I should say, around Del Piccolo. And that was a wonderful effort. The wrong side of the crossbar. Everybody at home saying, how can you have an ounce of space?
You can answer that question.
That's why I changed it to an inch.
That comes with the territory of being a broadcaster, right? Is sort of that poetic license? Or does it stop when you start exchanging
measurements?
Measurements, yeah. Brian Ownby is down. And Farhad Datko ready to issue a yellow card.
The epitome of insult to injury. Coming together with Aubrey in the late challenge from Ownby.
And while we have a moment, we'll show you when Brian Ownby was at his best tonight. Opening goal in the latter stages of the first half. That got Louisville on the board and started to open up the game a little bit more in the second half. And then right before Brendan Burke was going to make a substitute, Brian Ownby does this, makes it a second on the night and a second for Louisville.
And the difference on those goals is that Ownby had the calmness and vision to put the ball in the back of the net that had been missing a little bit of late as he was coming back to form. A lot of that is getting back to match speed as far as your thought process is concerned.
Brian Ownby, very much a veteran, 27 years of age, from Glen Allen, Virginia. In his second season with Louisville, spent some time with Richmond, as well as the Pittsburgh Riverhounds and the Houston Dynamo. Holness. Bizo. around Omby. Back on his right foot. Had more room when he was on his left, but either way, a corner kick coming up for Bethlehem.
Isaac doesn't like to use his left leg by the looks of things. He had a ton of space to exploit once he did get the ball to his left side. And almost going back to his right, it was almost as if he was saying, hey, I beat you once, Omby, let me beat you twice. But Brian Omby was having none of it.
And it's going to be part of the triumvirate coming on and replacing Cameron Lancaster. Luke Spencer will make an appearance here in the 81st minute. Matt, Cameron was neutralized for the most part tonight, but when you score 25 goals in the regular season, you're going to draw a lot of attention, and it does open up other avenues. And the substitution brought to you by Great Clips, it's going to be great. And those avenues were exploited by Brian Omby, and that's sort of what you get if you're going to have Cameron Lancaster on your team. Sometimes he really won't be noticeable. Others, he'll put in a hat trick as the corner whipped in and dealt with by Louisville again.
And that's what you have to recognize as a forward. Sometimes you won't get the service, sometimes you won't get the goals, but you can do the other things, the little things off of the ball that open up moments for players like Omby.
Omby, header knotted down by Speedy Williams, but never challenging Maguire. If you're Omby, do you just let that rip if you're sitting on a hat trick?
And maybe Williams pulled Omby off of it. It was an ambitious effort for the diving Superman header there. A little far out for that, with the speed that was put on the cross from Omby.
We're getting all the comic book characters. Superman, Batman, Spider-Man.
Well, trying to do the DC and the Marvel worlds.
McCabe, nice little 1-2 with Speedy Williams. Lets the ball do the work. Suahi. And with Apodaca rushing onto the scene, Greg Ranjetsing just has to clear it away.
I think John Hackworth wanted Lou City to improve on as the season wound down, was managing the end of games, especially when Louisville held the lead. Jetsing was out with injury. Dobrowski was in net. City were unable to keep the clean sheet because they didn't manage the end of the matches efficiently well.
Omby, push from behind, free kick coming up for Louisville. It's going to be a yellow card. James Chambers is trying to prevent it from happening by standing in front of Olivier Bizot, but it was inevitable. Mustard for the outside back, and now a very dangerous set piece, and I'm sure Cameron Lancaster is livid over on the touchline that he's not in the game right now.
Very frustrated. This is right in his wheelhouse. You see why the free kick was given. Oh, there was an arm in the shoulder of Omby. From that angle there, I have to say I agree with the yellow card as well. Omby had a head of steam getting into the attacking third. If Lancaster was on the pitch, there wouldn't be any discussion about who was going to take this, but right now there's 4 players stood over the ball.
And John Hackworth might get in the conversation as well. He may want to hit it, but his playing days long gone. It's Del Piccolo and Oscar Jimenez, it looks like. Able to narrow it down to 2 equally qualified candidates. It's Del Piccolo. Goes back to the hat-trick question again. If you're Brian Omby, why isn't that your ball from the get-go?
I don't think I've ever seen Omby take a free kick, to be honest.
First time for everything. Bizot matched up with Omby again. Scoops it in. Moar settles it for Holness on the first time. A more than difficult shot to try to pull off. And of course, Brian Obi just being announced as the man of the match. Don't think there was any surprise about that. His 2 goals assisted by Oscar Jimenez and Niall McCabe tonight.
McCabe had a large part in the first goal as well. He won't get credit for the assist, but it was his pass that found Jimenez in the outside channel on the left wing.
And remember, at 10 o'clock Eastern time, Reno and Orange County for the 4th and final spot in the West and Eastern Conference Finals, respectively. Aiden Quinn, Christian Duke, Michael Seaton, Thomasina Voltson taking on Seth Kasipli, Lyndall Mafeka, Brian Brown, and the rest of Reno 1868. Should be a thrilling match if you have not gotten your fix over the past couple of days, as Spencer was just a little bit late arriving to the party. George Davis IV is there, though. And the foul called against Ofimu.
Fucking kidding me! That's a completely clean tackle. What the fuck are you guys doing?
Frustration for the head coach.
You ruined the playoff game, my man.
I thought that was a good, clean tackle myself. Ofimu coming away with the ball. Ofimu getting a yellow card as well to boot.
I have to imagine that was for kicking the ball out of play after the fact and maybe for a little bit of dissent, but certainly wasn't for the challenge. We'll take another look.
Well, from that great angle there, you see why the free kick was given. The gut reaction in the run of play, though, was it was a clean challenge from Ofimu. The angle was very similar to that of Brendan Burks.
Just a few minutes remaining in this one as Sean Tosh is going to come on and replace George Davis IV. Shows some good spurts tonight as well. And Tosh on for defensive reinforcements. In the 88th minute, substitution brought to you by Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
Interesting where Tosh fits into the picture. Looks like he's going to be alongside Del Piccolo in the midfield. Speedy Williams has been moved up the field a little bit.
And we'll take a look at tonight's Toyota move of the game. Let's go places. And it was this outstanding save from Jake McGuire off the acrobatic play from Ilya Illich.
It's a wonderful save from McGuire. McCabe measuring the cross in the second phase after a corner kick. Marco Craig heading it back across. Illich athletically getting it turned onto the frame of the goal. And McGuire making a difficult save look very easy because of the good footwork. The man in net for Bethlehem still getting back to his goal line, understanding he wasn't going to get the cross. Covering his position well and then just putting out his left hand to make the save.
Mahoney. Chambers with a good ball. It's not it across. Paco Craig dealing with it appropriately. It falls for Bizo driving towards the byline. It skips all the way through. Nobody was making that run right in front of Greg Ranjetsing. Nanko. Convincing goalkeeping for Greg Ranjetsing. Drew Skundrich and Paco Craig collide. Last thing Louisville needs right now.
It was a great collect from Ranjetson. I'm not sure whether Paco Craig came together with his own goalkeeper or Skundrich coming in, trying to win the cross. Craig is okay.
And we're going to have 3 minutes of stoppage time. And stoppage time brought to you by Sullivan University. Bethlehem scrambling to try to pull one back, which might lead to an equalizer. But time is of the essence. And it's minimal right now. For Louisville, it's another convincing performance. And they're on their way to yet another conference final. They have known nothing but the third round of the USL Cup playoffs since coming into their existence, of course, capping it off in 2017 with the championship. Just out of the reach of Ofimo. Can Louisville find a third? Spencer. Omby sitting on a hat trick. Brian Omby looking for Luke Spencer, offside.
Little wry smile from Luke Spencer. Knows he missed an opportunity to find a thread on goal there. Again, you wonder why Omby's not taking the shot at the top of the box, sitting on the hat trick, but in large part, this is why Louisville have been so successful. They play for each other, they play for the team, they play for the bigger picture.
Fouls on Bizo. He needs to be careful. The red here, and almost the first game of the 2019 season. Less than 60 seconds remaining in this one. If you're just joining us, it was Brian Omby in the 34th and in the 59th minute. Goals assisted by Oscar Jimenez and Niall McCabe, respectively. And Bethlehem's mini Cinderella run looks like is going to come to an end. Sean Tosh just dragging it towards the corner flag. It's been excellent game management ever since they scored really the first goal, Matt, let alone the second, just to completely take the air out of the game and limit Bethlehem's chances.
So much commitment by both sets of players. Louisville City started off really quickly, and the Bethlehem Steel team got into the picture. Started to match the intensity, the speed of the game. And Louisville, understanding what the situation was, found a way to get the job done.
Full time, it's a 4th consecutive conference final appearance for Louisville City FC. And they will face who else? New York Red Bulls 2 for a 3rd straight year. The saga continues, it becomes a trilogy. Brian Omby is the hero yet again in the postseason for Louisville. A brace on the night, his 5th postseason goal in the last 2 years. And the Coopers and company loving every minute of it here at Slugger. It'll be a 2-5 matchup in the Eastern Conference Finals. It'll be right here at Slugger. And Bethlehem's run and their most historic season comes to an end. However, they did fight valiantly, missing a couple pieces tonight, but really just were not able to muster up a ton of chances. John Hackworth's side were systematic and efficient in their efforts. Matt Stubbington, your thoughts on the 90 minutes?
It was a wonderful game between the two teams. Bethlehem Steel, they have shown resilience all season. They kept to the task, they never gave up. They play a great brand of football. I love the way that some of their players play, and particularly Senny Modar and Chris Nanko were really high points for me. Bizo as well in the right fullback position. But in the end, Louisville City just had too many pieces to get the job done, and Ownby was special on the evening.
We're headed to the post-game show to put a ball on it. Don't go anywhere. Final score 2-0.
We demand a lot from our trucks. We work, play, and practically live in them. Now, it's Toyota Truck Month, and Toyota has a great truck that's a perfect fit for you. Like the fun, fearless Tacoma, with the best resale value in its class. During Truck Month, get $1,000 cash back on a built-in-the-USA Tacoma, or lease one for just $269 per month. Toyota Truck Month. Find your perfect fit. Toyota, let's go places.
Our GE appliances come with a, you can't choose your neighbors, but you can choose your premium finish.
Ooh, you got the black stainless. Sweet, thanks. I need your help with the backsplash.
There are lots of ladies that miss minutes.
Oh, that's nice, sweetie. Maybe something stone or...
3 pizza guys just showed up. Now the pizza guys just took off their shirts.
The most premium finishes, so you have the most choices. Another way we make good things for life.
At Dr. Mark Leonard Associates, I focus on taking care of my family, but I also focus on taking care of your family. We firmly believe that you've got to give back. Our primary goal is to do what's right for the patient. If that means glasses, contacts, or treating an eye condition, we will be sure you get the care that you need. We want to take care of you the same way we take care of all our family. This is our family. And here at Dr. Mark Leonard Associates, we're focused on your family, the community, and most importantly, your vision.
Louisville City will be right here back at Slugger Field in 6 days to host New York Red Bulls 2 in the rematch of the rematch. 3 straight years where they'll take on John Wolinek's side after defeating Bethlehem Steel FC 2-0 here at Slugger Field in the Eastern Conference semifinals. Now for a look back at a key shot presented by Family Allergy and Asthma. If allergies are making you miserable, allergy shots from Family Allergy and Asthma might do the trick. Visit FamilyAllergy.com. And how about this shot and save from Brian Ownby and Jake McGuire, Matt?
Ownby trying to get his hat trick. Wrong foot's the defender. This is a wonderful save, though, from McGuire, making sure that he gets his feet planted. Does a good job of palming that ball away. Lancaster was on the spot as well, trying to get the rebound. But in the first half, it was Brian Ownby picking out the timing of the run. Jimenez putting the ball into the mix. Ownby had run across the right shoulder of McCabe as McCabe was playing the ball out to the left-hand channel. Jimenez puts it into the 6, and then Ownby just takes a touch with his right around the defender and puts it into the back of the net for a fine finish. Talking about fine finishes, that was a fine save from Ranjit Singh as Nanko tests the goalkeeper not long after Louisville take the lead. And Ranjit Singh showing why he is the #1 in Lou City in between the posts for the boys in purple.
And then right before Brendan Burke was going to make his first substitute, well, this changes your game plan a little bit. Brian Ownby is second of the night, and really a goal that would seal the deal for Louisville City FC. It's a great ball from Niall McCabe, Matt.
Wonderful vision from the midfielder. He's been in great form of late. Picks out the pass to perfection, delivers it where it needs to be, and then Ownby, without even having to control the ball, puts it into the back of the net. Again, Ownby trying to find a way to get the hat trick. And there was Mahoney there to deflect the ball away from Lancaster. In the end, it was all a little bit too much for the visitors. Moab trying to find a way to get on the score sheet. Wonderful effort, rattling the crossbar with the right leg. And Ranjit Singh very relieved that that wasn't in the back of the net.
And a look at the updated bracket in the 2018 USL Cup playoff. Just one spot remains in either conference final, and it's going to be the winner of Orange County and Reno who gets a date with Didier Drogba, Jason Johnson, Solomon Asante, and the rest of Phoenix Rising FC. Orange County and Reno 26 minutes away from kickoff, 10 o'clock Eastern time. It'll be New York Red Bulls 2 and Louisville City FC for the 3rd straight year in the conference finals. Of course, Louisville coming away as victors last year in penalty kicks. And here's a look at how it's gone down the previous 2 years, Matt. Every time these two teams meet, whether it's in the postseason, whether it's in the regular season, it's electric. I remember the game earlier this year at New York Red Bulls 2 where the two teams combined for 10 goals, a 6-4 victory for Louisville City FC, and just it has become the ultimate rivalry in the Eastern Conference.
It's going to be a wonderful game. Red Bulls, too, they play with such attacking flair. And you look at the two games for the regular season, talk about the 6-4 victory for Lou City. In Lou City, they played to a 3-3 tie. So will we see a 1-1 draw and then PKs? Who knows? We may see a whole bunch of goals. Either way, it's going to be really exciting on Friday.
It's another successful night for Louisville City FC in the postseason as they head to their 4th consecutive conference final, this time under John Hackworth. For our entire crew and my broadcast partner, Matt Stubbington, Tyler Terrence saying so long for now. Final score, Lou City 2, Bethlehem Steel 0. We'll talk to you soon.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.